What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of August 14th and the 15th of 2020. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you've had a good week. Hope you're ready for this weekend. It's intense. Moon in Scorpio, Moon square Saturn, Yods to the Sun, Mercury square the nodes. It's a big weekend. So let's jump into it. Get down to business here. I mean, Moon in Scorpio definitely about our personal life here and what makes us feel good, going deeper than the surface, getting to the bottom line about what it is in life that we really need, not obsessing about the things that we ultimately don't need. That moon's going to square Saturn. It's that time, it's just one of those weekends. There's just so many things, and we're even going to see on Sunday the first core square to the sun in Leo. So I think so much of this is about really finding the aspects of ourself that we have a deep power and authority in, but also we're going to feel tested from outer sources here with the moon square Saturn, with just Mars coming off the quincunx to Saturn. We're already starting to see like where things are trying to push us and where we have to push ourselves to like really get down to that bottom line and that brass tacks for where we want to go and the changes we want to make and ultimately the life that we want to connect to. That sun's at 22 Leo. That's a very Uranian degree. We're going to see the moon oppose Uranus in Taurus. So, that's an interesting, every time we get this one, it's always interesting because Uranus would much rather be in Scorpio and the moon would much rather be in Taurus. So it's like we're all having, every time the moon comes through Scorpio, we're doing a deeper dive into really finding our individuated value system and learning about what things we can let go of and what things we want to hold on tighter to, what things we don't need to obsess about and what things maybe we need to push farther for, and also learning, I think, to trust in what's going to bring us the best on an individual level. So there's a lot of that. I feel like we're taking big steps. Like this is a big weekend that's going to show you where you need to push yourself, or where you're not putting enough effort in to be yourself and to make the changes that you need that are going to bring you more of what you desire in life. We're seeing the sun, quincunx, Neptune. It's just there's so much quincunx energy. It's weird. Like quincunxes are just strange energy because we feel like we're looking for happiness, but it's almost like happiness is an illusion right now. It's almost like, gosh, like everything is just trying to take us out of a place that we ultimately want to be. And I think that's what this Yod this weekend pointing to the sun in Leo is all about. This dignified sun, like let's go make our life shine. Let's go put ourselves out there. Let's go make our life happy and joyful and youthful and fun. And it's hard right now because there's also all these big decisions we have to make to purify our reality. We have so much in Virgo. Venus is going to finish up here and move in late Sunday night into dignity in Libra, but it's at these edgy degrees and it's coming off a quincunx to Jupiter. So there's just like all these big things that we know we need to connect to, or we know we need to open up these hallways in life and these avenues to have a more purified reality. But it's like the doing it part and the relationships, and we're dealing with so much people aspect within our own lives. So we're seeing really like what people want to be a part of our reality and what people don't, and it's a difficult time. I'll be honest. And we're seeing Mars still squaring over to Black Moon Lilith. Like it's just one of those weekends where we're going to feel tested to make a change that's going to make us more excited and more happy. And we don't want to like think that we can't have those things. I think it's very important that we do the smart analytical things that we know are going to be better. We're seeing Mercury get ready to square the nodes this weekend, as I'll show you here on Sunday's chart. And we have this super strong Mercury, right? Plus 11. Sunday we get the exact square to the nodes. Sunday's like a super faded day. Seeing the sun at 23 Leo, quincunx, Pluto, Neptune, in dignity. There's so much, and right now it's only the sun in Leo. So, Mars, Venus, Mercury, they're all done. And it's just this dignified sun. So we're trying so hard, I think, to find that happiness, but we have this energy out in front of us now. Mercury's out in front. Mars is going to meet up with the sun in Libra. Venus is getting way out in front. going to retrograde into the year in Capricorn with Pluto. That's a whole nother thing we're about to go through. Getting that foundation of heart right now and really realizing, I think the bigger mission spiritually is everything. And it's like making really smart decisions in our physical world. North Node Gemini, dispositor Mercury, square the nodes. Gotta take what makes sense in life. And it's like, it's hard because we're being forced with these big decisions, and Saturn's been in the mix. We're seeing the moon make its, like, Saturn's been all over the place here, retrograde in Aquarius, right? So we're seeing a lot of like outer authority try and figure out our future for us. And it's like, that's where we got to break away, find our light, trust spirit, and, go in those things. But it's more than even trusting spirit. It's like doing those physical things for the facts that are showing up in your life, that are showing you what things need to be moved around and changed that make more sense to you. And there's this old story that it's like, we're almost, with Mercury getting the square, it's like, do you want to go into the old story and the old vision of that world? Or are you ready to like take the exciting route to what you don't know, but what you can figure out without just being lost on the quest of having all the answers, but looking for what you can change in the here and the now that's new, that's going to make better, and more pure aspects come into your real life. So we're being faced with a big question. The question is, are we going to follow our heart here in Leo? And we're seeing that moon square the sun for the first quarter square. It's either love or fear, right? Like, I feel like this moon in Scorpio, it's going to be making good aspects to Pluto, and it's going to square Jupiter. And we're really seeing a T-square, right? As we're seeing the sun start to build up to an opposition to Jupiter in Aquarius. So there's this big point here that's like, hey, are we going to choose fear? Are we going to choose love? What are the facts in your life right now? Choosing love and what makes sense and what lights you up is everything. But we're all being faced with aspects and things outside of us that have power and have authority that are trying to make us scared or make us think that we don't have enough or that we can't do it. So this is where in our own personal lives we have to realize that every little step makes a difference, and just that conscious realization of the little things you do to do what makes you happy is so important. And we don't want to lose sight of that. And it's a deep weekend. It's fated. It's love or fear. It's excitement or old past stories. And that, those big decisions we've had to make with Mars quincunx Saturn, with even Venus quincunx Jupiter. Like, how do we get the gifts in life? It's by connecting to different things that are ultimately more valuable right now. It's by being unique with Uranus in the mix. We're going to get a full moon in Aquarius with a retrograde Uranus. Uranus goes direct on the 18th. So next week. So, big weekend. I think we all have a choice that we know is going to bring us a better reality this weekend. And it's like, it can't just be that surface level stuff. Like, I feel like we got to go deep into what our soul wants, what spirit's been guiding us to. But again, like I said, it's the stuff that's showing up right now in your life that, like, you see it, like whatever it is for you, and making those choices with the right people. Saturn in Aquarius is people. We just dealt, we're about to see Venus on Sunday ingress into Libra late in the evening. So really, I don't think that's a huge point for this horoscope this weekend. But Venus at 29 too is like stressful dealing with people in our reality. Like, Venus doesn't want to be in Virgo, and it's that final degree. Like, relationships are stressed. The value, the beauty in life is stressed right now because there's this undertone. There's this, like, almost like we all have to go deep down into some form of darkness or some form of self to find that ultimate power, and to not be manipulated, but to trust that we have it. Like, we have it in there. So there's a big understanding, a lot of like choice to go into the dark, to see dark, but to come out with light and to come out with love as we get this yod from Pluto and Neptune to the sun in Leo. And Mercury square the nodes is no joke. So we're all getting confronted with almost like a test if we understand if we want to go into the new and change our reality or if we want to go back into the old. Like it feels like from here on out it's either love or fear and there's no in between. So we got to make changes in our life to uphold more love and to do more things that we love, to find the happiness that we all want and to, hold that line, to draw that boundary with the moon in Scorpio. And we're dealing with a lot of outside pressure in some form in our personal life or in the world with the square to Saturn and the square to the Sun that are forcing us to make changes in our personal life. Um, and let go of certain things that no longer, make sense for the future, make sense, or relying on something else to give us authority. Like this is where we grab our special authority within us with the Sun here in Leo. Eight of Swords upright. All right. We can feel stuck this weekend, but it's only us. It's only ourself. Like no matter what shows up or what authority outside of ourselves or what tests might feel like they're arising from the universe, it's to help us realize that we can easily get out of being stuck in life. It's just we have to do it. We have to make that decision, and that's kind of the fated moment we're in here. Is, are you going to free yourself from fear and free yourself from doubt that you can't build something amazing for yourself or change your life and take it to the next level, that you don't have to do things the old way anymore? And there's also a part of this weekend that's like that's the test. Like we're going to feel a little stuck and a little bound, but that's just our own mind tricking us, thinking that we don't have that power. And this moon in Scorpio is trying to, dive into the deepest parts of our psychology and have us realize that that power was never outside of us, but it was within. And we got to trust that and be smart. Mercury square the nodes. There's a big decision coming this weekend for all of us, and that decision's so important. And if you choose the one that resonates with your heart and gives you love, sky's the limit. This is a spiral up weekend. It can just feel like it's a heavy one, but that heaviness is going to show you your greatness when all is said and done. I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you for a bunch of content next week. Much love. Peace.